Russia's foreign minister says it has started a new phase of its military operation in Ukraine, calling it a, quote, very important moment in the campaign. Video from Ukraine's defense ministry purports to show Ukrainian troops in the southeastern Donetsk region preparing to fight. This comes as the southern port city of Mariupol is on the brink of falling to the Russians. National correspondent Marcus Moore is live in the capital city of Kyiv with more on this. Marcus, what's the latest from eastern Ukraine now that Russia's saying that it started this new offensive?
Well, Diane, we know that there have been attacks and heavy fighting in Kharkiv, where there have been rocket attacks there. 3 people were killed in one such attack today, and several others were hurt. But there has been fighting in the east, including Mykolaiv, Dnipro, and Kherson. All of those areas were shelled overnight, and this really marks a new stage of this conflict where Russia appears to have stepped up its attacks, which is what the West has been preparing for, and saying the Russians have been preparing for quite some time, Diane.
And Marcus, Russian forces have nearly taken control of Mariupol. How much longer can those last Ukrainian defenders hold on to that city?
Diane, every sense that we have gotten from people in the know about what's happening there in Mariupol is that this is perhaps the last stand for the fighters there in Ukraine, in Mariupol, who have been surrounded by Russians. And those Russians, as you know, issuing that ultimatum over the weekend, telling them to surrender and lay down their arms. That clearly has not happened. That has been ignored. And the Ukrainian president saying that every Ukrainian there will be fighting to the very end.
Now, I know you toured one of the hard-hit suburbs of the capital yesterday. What did you see there?
Diane, we saw utter devastation really everywhere we went. In Irpin, there it's a suburb of Kyiv, one of the places you might call it the bedroom of Kyiv, where people, they live and sleep there and then commute here to the capital. It was as if every single building there sustained some bit of damage. We saw high-rise apartment buildings that had massive holes in the side of them, punched through by the rockets. But we also saw brick homes that were absolutely demolished, completely destroyed, and met a number of families there who now don't know what they're going to do next, and were enduring the horrific aftermath of the rocket attacks there. And it's important to point out, Diane, that our team, while we were there, what we saw were homes and businesses that were destroyed, not military targets or military installations or infrastructure. So it certainly does speak to the vast nature of these attacks and how civilians were impacted.
And I understand you met some American firefighters who are helping the search and rescue efforts?
We did, Diane. It was about a dozen or so firefighters, mostly from California, although they have some members from Germany, and another firefighter from Australia who have volunteered to come here to help the firefighters who are still doing their jobs in the midst of a war. And one firefighter we spoke with from Sacramento told us about why he felt so strongly about volunteering here. And let's take a listen to what he said.
That's what we do as firefighters, is we want to help. And what drove us all to do this is we want not all the destruction and injuries we were seeing. They were overwhelmed. And then we saw our brother firefighters here on TV struggling and doing everything they can with little to no resources and little to no support. When you watch the news all over, they were sending aid for medical, doctors, nurses, medical supplies, but no aid was being sent to the firefighters. And that's how this mission came together, is we wanted to do what we could to help provide aid to them.
There with Project Joint Guardian, which, Diane, is a group that was formed online, a Facebook group. And they are now in the process, as you see, they're on the ground here helping search the rubble for potentially survivors after rocket attacks, or also bodies to provide families here with some closure if they have lost a loved one. But it is work that they will continue to do as long as they can here in Ukraine.
All right, Marcus Moore in Kyiv. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.